Hey guys, it's Rust Belt Collector, and well, today this is totally not a ripoff of the JCC 2224 series thrift store trash hauls. This is instead um, me finding stuff at Goodwill, basically. So I went to a Goodwill, and I went to the longest yard sale in the world, or something like that, the 127 sales. So I'm going to start off with the uh, YouTube. Gosh, I am on YouTube. I can't speak. Live streams are weird, guys. It's a different dynamic getting behind a camera and not being able to make a mistake. But well, anyways, this is actually the first live stream on my phone, so you should see a drastically better um, quality difference than using my crappy webcam that I was using before. So hopefully we're doing good. Hey, how's it going, Nap? Stop motion, NAP stop motion. I don't know which one you go by, but hello, how's it going? And then hello, Emerald Rulers, and hello, James Fox podcast. You can go poop. That's what you can do. Go poop. But anyways, so I should just jump into this. I went to Goodwill, and for the first time in probably 10 years, I found good stuff at Goodwill. And I found 3 bags of good stuff. I actually found Lego. There's 3 bags of Lego that we're going to go into really quick. I'm not going to do too much, but I'll break them open one at a time. This is the first one that I saw. It's like the Junior's Cars sets. And so I picked this one up thinking, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. Lego, I'll get that for $3. But then I saw this one. It's like a Batgirl Friends set. And I said, well, that's cool for $2. And then I found this one for $5. And this one is like 5 or 6 different sets, including some Star Wars sets. We'll get into that one last. We'll get into these two just really briefly first. And then, like I said, I've got a really big haul from this garage sale that happened. It's the 127 yard sales. They occur down a highway that goes from Michigan all the way down into Alabama, I think. And anyways, it's a really long yard sale, and I drove a pretty long stretch of it hunting for anything unique or interesting. And I found some cool stuff. So once we get through the Legos, we'll get into that. And I need to find, there we go, need to find this, a knife. Because they taped these bags shut. And we're going to look at some really exciting Lego Juniors sets. Again, I don't collect cars, Legos, or anything. I'll probably give these to like my nephews or something, just because they're just cars. But I mean, hey, it's Lego brick for a good price, and I wonder if this is. Yep, that's the set. So, whoa, wow, amazing! You've got this car from Cars. Then you've got this car from. I don't even know who these cars are. Like that, I thought that was Mater, but it's not. Then you've got this car from Cars, and then ironically you have Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow. Anyways, that's cool. I mean, these are junior sets, so like there's not. Oh, don't roll off the table. There we go. These aren't like super complicated. You know, it's like 2 pieces, maybe 3 or 4 on the sides. I don't think the wheels, well, the wheels probably can come off. I don't know. But these are like the junior sets, so very simple, designed for very young kids. And looks like one of those Dimensions sets, maybe, because there's like a Dimensions piece. This is like one of those things. The game that was never really that popular, that's what that's from. So those are cool. Just, for a couple bucks, I figured you can't go wrong buying what looks like brand new Lego. Like, these aren't beat up, they're not dirty. Why not, right? And you never know when you're going to find that at a thrift store these days. And then the next one for $2. Again, probably not one that I will necessarily keep. I don't know. But this is like a Lego Friends set. It's a little dusty. You can kind of see that. That's pretty dusty. Gross. But yeah, there you go. It's a Batgirl thing. For $2, I'm not going to pass up Lego. And comes with, oh, that's a lightsaber. There you go. There's a lightsaber piece. and a single die, a 6-sided dice. So there we go. And then really the best thing here. I mean, these are great. I'll find something to do with those. I have family members that would enjoy the childish sets, the younger kids sets. And let's see, I'm just gonna catch up on chat here. I'm running the chat off my laptop while I talk to you folks right here. Let's see. Ka-chow. Yeah, Clutchow, yes. The ship is cool, but the figure is pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, the builds are cool for Lego Friends, but they adapted like the Lego minifigure into like a Polly Pocket type figure. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's something that I have friends and family that would appreciate it. So I'll pass that on for a good price like that. I'm not gonna pass it up. Lego, freaking real legit Lego, not some Mega Block crap or something. Like my one live stream that you guys painfully walked through me with, where I got all those crappy Mega Blocks and there was no figures in them. So this one, although I know for a fact that there's at least 3 Star Wars sets in it, plus one of those new sets, one of the sets where it's I don't know, it's like interactive, so it's augmented reality. You can like use your phone to interact with the set. It's got one of those sets and maybe more. So let's see. Right there, that's the solo battle pack. The speeder bike with like the patrol troopers. So that's like the patrol battle pack. That's a good set. I mean, right there, that's like a $15 set. And now I don't know what aftermarket is, but there's that. That looks like a ramp of some kind. There's the Lego Juniors A-Wing. Most of it, I think. Probably the rest of the parts are in here. Like the other sets were actually more or less complete, so I'm actually surprised. I don't know what that goes to. Kind of reminds me of like Evel Knievel colors or the Daredevil guy from Toy Story 4, so maybe it's related to that. I don't know. There we go. There's a patrol trooper. And I've had this set before, and it's really an awesome set, so I'm not complaining about getting another one. Let me just tilt the camera down just a little bit. Yes, Duke Kaboom, that's who it was. Duke Kaboom. Hey everyone that's joining the chat. I appreciate you guys joining in. If you missed it, I'll just kind of give a quick update. Unboxing some Lego from Goodwill. Very rare find. And then after that, I've got a bunch of stuff from a garage sale or two that I hit up. And I think you guys will like it, hopefully. Maybe not. If you don't, oh well, I'm sorry. But yeah, anyways, there's a bunch of random parts in here. This is cool. And I think I saw a few parts to this, but I wasn't sure. I think this goes to the Star Wars Battle Pack, the Jedi and Clone Trooper pack. So if that's in here, I would be very, very happy. And this is what I was talking about right here. This is like one of the monster Ghostbuster sets that like Lego made. They're not actually Ghostbuster, but you know what I mean. You interact with it with your phone. It's like augmented reality, and I can't remember what it's called because it's like a bunch of teenagers that are like the Scooby-Doo cast, basically busting ghosts in different wacky situations. And we got a horse. This is definitely not a Lego horse. It looks like it. It's like this. It's like a copy of it, but this is really cheap plastic. Like I could probably break that with my hand. So that's not a Lego horse. That's a knockoff brand, like a Creo or something. Probably went with this guy, this very non-Lego character here with kind of some cool armor. Like that's pretty Halo or even Star Wars-esque armor. What'd you say there? Hidden Side. Oh, okay. Hidden Side. So this guy is from one of the Hidden Side sets. It makes sense, you know. It's like, oh, it's hidden until it's not hidden anymore, until you use the phone. So I think there's at least one Hidden Side set in here. I still don't know what the red, white, and blue pieces go to. Here's the... Oh, there's 2 people there. There's the A-Wing pilot. That's pretty sweet. He goes with the Juniors set, which is, again, like a very simple build, but the figure is as, you know, detailed as a normal Lego set would be. They didn't dumb down the figures. They just dumbed down the complexity of the build set. So that's cool to have We'll put him in his ship, actually. That's cool to have the A-Wing pilot. I don't think I have ever owned an A-Wing pilot, so I'll put that with my Lego Star Wars collection for sure. And then let's see. This must be what you're talking about. This is the fishing boat, I think, from the Hidden Side sets. Ironically, I think I was actually, if this is the same set, I was at the store and they had one on like really bad clearance, like it was like $2 off the original price. I thought the build and the figures was cool, and so I was tempted to buy it, but ultimately I didn't, and now I'm really glad that I didn't, because from the looks of it, I actually now have the set for a total of $5 with a bunch of other sets, so I am not going to complain about that one bit. And that's probably more or less how it goes. I'll have to look up, I'm not going to do this on the stream, I think it just would go way too long, but I'll have to look up the instructions for all these sets and see about completing them and what pieces I might be missing. I think he goes to it. He looks like a sailor, a fisherman sailor. He'll go over there. Very cool. This is like one of the main characters. We'll call him Marty McFly, the Ghostbuster. I don't know. He's cool. It's really nice to see like the highly detailed, like ordinary people prints. I don't know, like the city prints always were kind of boring to me, but recently they've really amped it up with more realism, so I appreciate that. I'm not big into Lego anymore, but you know, it's cool to see what it has become. And okay, here we go. That's a mix and match character there, but that's Star Wars. And then the best thing is when you find a clone trooper. So right there, phase 1 clone trooper. I love that. Absolutely. I'll take a clone trooper any day of the week. And that's the new one. So that goes to this battle pack. So the battle pack's probably in here. And the A-Wing is in here. The Steamboat's in here. And I really want to know what that set is from. It's curious. But anyways, a bunch of random parts. There's another set, apparently. A truck of some kind, some sort of city set. Another patrol trooper. That's always good. So that's probably like the complete battle pack, because then that's the officer with like Barriss Offee's body from the Republic set. It's all mix and match. I'm trying to piece it together in my head here, like what all goes to what. This is another hidden side character. That's kind of cool, very modern looking. Nice updated, like the hairpiece on this one is actually pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty neat, like a beanie with dyed hair. That's very cool. Try and set these guys back up. And I'm going to take a second here. I don't know if I've been missing any of the chats. Oh yeah, just a fishing boat with some cool background stuff. Yeah, awesome. And this must be the Daredevil guy. I mean, it's got like the red, white, and blue stars and stripes, but the head is probably wrong on that, I would guess. He shouldn't have a miner helmet if he's doing stunts. But hey, anyways, it's cool. It's another set. There's a door that says Safe Incorporated. More pieces. That's the A-Wing. Yeah, that's the piece that goes with the A-Wing. That's like the terrain piece. C-3PO. C-3PO, the Human Cyborg Relations Protocol droid. That's always nice. I don't actually have a C-3PO in Lego form, so that'll be a nice addition to go with the Lego Star Wars collection. Small as it is, it will be very cool to have that. I'm going to set some of these guys on a board. That way they can be standing for like a thumbnail or something like that. All of the different figures. I mean, really, the figures make this bag worth it alone. Like, figures are the collectible piece from Lego. It doesn't really matter about bricks. And there's a spider. I don't know what that goes to. Probably with the hidden side. Something creepy. And just a generic... Oh, dude. This guy looks like that one salesman from TV. The guy that would be like, hey, I'm going to sell you the... whatever, the pocket hose. I'm going to sell you the pocket hose. Not Phil Swift from the other one. The Phil Swift with... Flex tape. It's not that guy, but it's the old like 2005 TV commercials where it was like you buy the sticky buddy or whatever. I don't know. You might know who he is. If you don't get the reference, I'm sorry, but he looks like him. I don't know. That's just my take. We'll put him with the car. And there's the head or helmet hairpiece for her, but still that body is wrong. So I'm going to break that all apart until we find the rest of the body for that. So that's another piece for the speeder. I think somehow that goes on here. You pop that piece off and goes like this. Actually, I already have this set. Like I already said that I have this set, but I actually have this set on display on one of my shelves already. So this one will probably just go into storage for now, but it's good to have the troopers at least. And then we have Kiadimundi. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? That's cool. So yeah, this is like the whole battle pack, basically. A couple complete battle packs, essentially. This is a weird knockoff character. Don't care about that. Hey, see you later, Emerald Bricks. I hope you have a fantastic day over there in the UK. Let's see what we got here. Life Preserver Man. He might go to the boat set. He might not. I don't know. What do we got here? The officer with a lightsaber. That doesn't go to him. That's the officer from the patrol set. So that's cool. The lightsaber probably goes to... Well, it goes to either one because they both have blue lightsabers. But there's that. Ah, there we go. So there's the other part of Barriss Offee as well as the other part of the patrol officer, the female officer. So we'll complete that figure. And then we'll just put that back there. Then we'll try and squeeze in here and complete Barriss Offee. So that is awesome. Like I was not expecting these sets to be complete. When you get sets from Goodwill, you kind of expect there to be a fair amount of missing pieces, but it looks like, at least in terms of like not action figures, but minifigures, the sets are actually complete. So that's pretty sweet. This must be the trick plane from like the Evel Knievel set. So I don't know what that's from. I don't know if that's Toy Story or something else, but don't really care. No offense, not a big City fan. I bought it for the Star Wars. And then you got, that's the Republic Fighter set. Oh, we've got another Clone Trooper. So the Clone Troopers and the Jedi, those are all complete. Fantastic. So 2 more Clone Troopers for the collection. Definitely not going to complain about that. And then we've got the lightsaber. The last lightsaber. It's amazing. Even the weapons are here. So like, this kid must have been meticulous about keeping their, like, all the parts to their sets and not even losing the small pieces. And then they just up and donated them to Goodwill. That is crazy to me. I can't imagine, 1, not losing all the pieces, and 2, I can't imagine donating Lego to Goodwill. At the very least, get your money out of it and be like, you know, hey, we'll sell these on eBay or whatever and get some of your money back out of them. These aren't the most expensive sets. Like this Juniors set, I feel like is like a $20 set. The battle packs are like $12 to $15 a piece. This set new was like, I don't know, 15 or 20 bucks, but you know, they're still worth more than what I paid for them. I paid $5 for all this, so I don't know if there's any more figures. I just wanted to root out all the minifigures and get those kind of sorted and separated out. So that looks like that's all of it. So give me a second here, guys, and I'm just going to kind of clean this up a little bit. Toss some of the bricks back in here and leave the figures out to kind of have them as part of the haul. You know, they definitely were a big reason that I even decided to stream, and then I went to the garage sales and I had an even better reason to stream. So jump into that very, very soon. Already at like 20 minutes, so holy crap, that's crazy. And let's see, get rid of that, get rid of that. And the rest I'll probably just kind of shove off to the side very callously, but then we'll get into the action figures and such that are here, because I think that's probably a little bit more interesting than random Lego bricks. One thing I did pick up actually is that book back there. I've been looking for some of the old books that I used to get from the library, and this is the Ultimate Visual Guide. It's a really cool book. I picked it up for $5. So I just wanted to have, like, I don't know, the old visual dictionaries, the old art books. Those are a great place for inspiration when you're either making customs or doing like accurate paint details. You can find images of the original props in there. So they're just really cool books to look through, whether you're doing customs or not. I like them for the customs, but if you're not doing customs, I mean, they're Star Wars books, so can't go wrong with that. But anyways, so then, like I said, I went to the longest garage sale in the world, the 127 highway sales. Most of them are antique related, but there's a few places that I know to stop that are more toy related. And well, let's just get into it because I did pretty good. First up, I picked up this Valor versus Venom G.I. Joe 2-pack. These are the kind of things that I grew up with getting for like my birthday and stuff. So I had to pick this up. I haven't decided if I'm going to open this up or not because it's really cool in the package, and these Valor versus Venom figures are not the best out of the package. So it's kind of one that I picked up specifically just because it's very nostalgia related. It's very, very full of nostalgia. A lot of good characters on the back that I always wanted but never actually got. I think I had this Duke, and I think I had the Cobra Viper and the Cobra Commander. Didn't have any of the other ones, but these guys looked amazing in the comic books. The comic books that came with this series, they just looked amazing. Like you can see here, this Swamp Rat character. The artwork looks amazing. The figure looks weird. The figure just looks wonky. He's green, but in here, in the artwork, he's like a bronze brown color. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but the Valor versus Venom always looked better on like sitting in the box and not opened. It was better left untouched. But then, from that same sale, let's see. Got this little Rogue One Micro Machine set. It's nothing that special. I just like Rogue One. I know that you can get these from like Five Below and all those discount stores really, really cheap. Again, picked it up just for the heck of it. I might open it up and use some of these miniatures as like backdrop pieces, you know, as like details back in the distance of some of my photographs. I don't know for sure, but again, it was really, really cheap. Cheaper than if I even went to like Five Below. So I mean, what are you gonna do? Say no to that? I wouldn't. I didn't. So, and then this one I actually will open on camera today, just because why not? The box is already trashed. Attack of the Clones Zam Wessel Speeder. Yeah, this is something I kind of just bought spur of the moment. I don't collect the old Attack of the Clones figures or anything. Ooh, and look at this. This actually has a, well, it did. Had an original Kmart sticker for like $12.99. So that's cool, $12, and I paid far, far less than that at this garage sale. But let's bust this open here. This is one of those ones, it's got the, like, impact. Yeah, here we go. It's got the crash action, front smashes, in and side panels fly off. I don't know why they did that with everything during the Attack of the Clones line. Everything had a gimmick. Everything had a slash and bash kind of thing. But basically, I wanted this to possibly make it into like a custom speeder. It's a cool set as it is, but because I don't have any of the characters, I'm going to use this for a custom of some kind. It's very gooey up here. This is like soft rubber because of the impact like crash thing, so that's very gross. I want to cut that off, and I'll probably cut that off, kit bash some other pieces onto the front, and turn this into like kind of like a Blade Runner style speeder. So I'm not going to take this totally out of the package now that I notice that this is completely just gross and sticky and ew. But let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? This is we're going to open up this old, when was this from? Old in relative terms, but still 2002, when I was very, very young. The 2002 StarWars.Hasbro.com little catalog here. You have all the 3 3/4 inch figures from the early Attack of the Clones line. More to come in 2002. That's always nice. To like, I don't know, these were just cool. You know, you got these in like every single package, and you could kind of look and see what else you're gonna buy. Zam Wessel, Obi-Wan, Mace Windu. These figures were kind of crap, to be honest. I mean, I remember a lot of these. I think I had that Jango Fett. I think I had that C-3PO. But there was like 2 points of articulation on these. And sculpts were okay. Sculpts were pretty good. I had that, the Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Fighter. That was awesome. Never had any of the 12-inch figures, but those were really cool. If you want to know more about those, you can check out JCC224's channel, because he collects all those figures, and he actually talks them up pretty good. I was tempted to buy some of those 12-inch Hasbro figures because of his channel, but I never have. And then you got all the board games that were just like Life, but Star Wars, and then Stratego, but Star Wars, and then Star Wars Epic Duels, whatever that is. But yeah, I always like looking through these catalogs. They're like a little trip down memory lane, down to the good old years, the good old times when Hasbro made really, really good figures for the most part. At least they released a bunch of them. You know, back in the day when like every month there was a new figure coming out, or so it seemed. And what else we got here? Sweet. This is actually kind of funny because like normally all of my videos are Star Wars related, but this time it's a little Star Wars light and a little bit G.I. Joe heavy. So, well, enjoy. Either way, this is the Pursuit of Cobra Snake Eyes Ninja Commando. He kind of is tanked up a little bit, but brand new in the packaging for a really good deal at that garage sale, so I couldn't really pass that up. It's got some awesome accessories. These are definitely more akin, I guess, to like a TVC figure in terms of articulation, so I could blend it into some of my Star Wars shots pretty easily. But also, it's got a really good card back, so maybe I should just keep it on the card. I don't know. But, you know, as I've gotten more into the 6-inch line of G.I. Joe, I've also started going into more of the 3 3/4 inch line. Some of the old vintage figures that I used to have, I really want to try and get back now, so I kind of just bounce back and forth, but seeing all these G.I. Joes at the one sale that I went to, I had to pick them up. And speaking of G.I. Joe, the next one up, this is probably one of my all-time favorite characters from like the new line. My all-time favorite old character is Recondo, but one of my first figures that I owned personally was the Valor versus Venom Dusty. So this is the far superior Dusty. I mean, this is like a Modern Warfare type Dusty. He looks really cool. A lot of good accessories, cool alternate head sculpt, and yeah, really awesome card art as well. Like this is like TVC level card art going on here. But had to get Dusty, and this is one that I'm definitely going to open because this figure looks really nice. Again, you could give him this alternate head, which is like this head here. And he could kind of fit into like a Star Wars cantina, maybe, you know? I don't know. Just trying to think outside the box because I like to have figures that work in multiple arrangements, either on my shelf or in my toy photography. I'm just weird like that. I can't make a decision and be like, I'm doing G.I. Joe only or Star Wars only. It's like, I need all of them to blend together. I don't know. Kind of a small aside, I don't know. This was actually from Goodwill as well, but not the same day that I got all of these Legos. I got the Steelbook A New Hope Blu-ray. I actually already have all the Star Wars movies on DVD, but it's a steel book, so I just figured, why not? It's kind of gross. It's got fingerprints all over it, but it'll clean up nice. And I just like steel books. I loved having like the steel book video games and stuff. So this was $2 at Goodwill, and it's the Blu-ray. So again, are you really gonna say no to that? I'm not. I didn't. That's gonna be my catchphrase for this live stream. Would you really say no to that? Because I didn't. So. Oh boy, and then finally we've got some Star Wars apart from the Lego. This was all like jumbled together, and I picked through and I got some good accessories, some bits and pieces. Like this katana is going to probably go to a custom. Another stand. I'm running out of stands, guys. I'm trying to set up all my clone troopers on my shelf, and I don't have enough stands. I really need to just find a place to get just the stands. Some brick wall piece, junk. Nice rocket launcher with the original missile. So that's cool. That's always nice. Some of this is just fodder, actually. I picked up some of these figures specifically just because I'll use them for parts or for customs. So I've got the Headless Commander Cody. I've got the really battle damaged Shock Trooper. And then I picked up this one, again, for actually a very specific custom that I have in mind. Most of you would probably be like, why would you buy a... I don't even remember what the line is. Force something. The old 90s line. Why would you buy one of those figures? I did it specifically because I'm going to use this helmet for a custom that I'm working on. So, again, just stay tuned with that. There's some random bits from this bag. I don't really know what they go to. Like Iron Man. Power of the Force. Thank you. I could not think of what it was called. That's a Power of the Force Stormtrooper. Actually, this is the mail away. This is the mail away Han Solo in Stormtrooper disguise. But it's not worth anything because none of the Power of the Force figures are. They're worth a couple bucks a piece at the max. And then I got this guy, some sort of Imperial officer. Again, I'm not sure what it's from. It's from Star Wars, but I don't know what line or if he's got a name. But he's more articulated than most of the officers. He's actually got knees. He's got like the swivel elbows, the swivel hands. So you can get him into, officer-like poses. And I'll probably use him in my Imperial army, but I feel like he could also work as like an admiral in the Clone Wars, kind of like Admiral Yularen or something like that. So that's really nice as well. Let's see. I'll save this guy for last. I just dropped a piece. I don't know what it was. It was probably insignificant. But yeah, in that bag, there's like a Tuscan Rifle. That'll be sweet for some customs. One of the little DC-17 clone pistols. You always lose those. Some Wolverine claws, I guess. Something that I can't identify. This is an Iron Man mask, I think, from like one of the animated Iron Man. I don't know what I'll do with that. Probably throw it away. Don't care. Nice little blaster G.I. Joe weapon that'll go into customs. I like bags of stuff. I've probably said that before, but I like random bags of action figure tidbits because there's a lot of stuff, like a Batarang or like this little handheld unit from episode 1. They just make good custom fodder. I really don't, there's nothing specific that I have in mind, but you dump it into a bin and you use it later on down the line. You can just have all sorts of weird accessories that you can just add on to action figures as you make customs. And I have no idea what this guy is from. Probably a video game or like an anime or something that I've never watched, but hey, it was in the baggie of goodies. And then, of course, the best thing in there was this. It's either Waxer or Boyle. I don't know which, but it's got the little Numa decal there, so it's one of the two. It's not the generic Geonosis ARF Trooper. It's either Waxer or Boyle. I can never remember which one is which when it comes to the Geonosis battle pack. I can't remember which one is which in this pack. They look very similar. They're both camouflage. They're both orange. But a really nice figure to have. I've already got a small collection of the Geonosis Clone Wars figures. So in Space Stuff is saying it's Waxer. So I will take your word for it and say I got a Waxer figure. So some good Star Wars stuff from that bag. Again, a lot of little bits that I'll use for customs, like this katana. I'm not sure what I'll use that for, but a lot of custom fodder. But hey, having a solid Waxer figure is always good. I may actually just use it as a generic ARF Trooper because I already have it. I already have this version of Waxer, so I'll just call him a generic ARF Trooper. And a lightsaber. Sweet. Could always use an extra one of those. And let's see, what else we got? I think it's almost to the end of what I have in the bag here. I got this figure, the First Order Stormtrooper, Snowtrooper rather. I'm not a huge fan of the Snowtroopers, and I'm not a huge fan of the First Order in general, but again, when it's cheap like that, I don't even know what I paid for this. It was maybe a couple dollars, if that. because it was all bundled together. I got this, I got the GI Joes, I got this bag of random figures, I got all that bundled together, and so the cost was dirt cheap, and this was in it. So I don't know what I paid for them. I don't like the first order design really, but I figured this is a good figure for customization. It's got some good armor bits on it. It's got this really nice removable backpack, and the head sculpt, the helmet on the snowtrooper, I like. I actually like the snowtrooper design. I don't like the stormtrooper design, but yeah. So there's that. That's another piece to the ensemble today, and the rest of it's pretty much in the bottom of the bag. So I gotta kind of root around and get all that sorted out. Let's see. There's that and that. And a few other little tidbits. A DC-15 blaster, because you can never have too many of those. That probably fell out of the bag. As well as this blaster or GI Joe weapon. I'm not sure, but it looks really cool. So, again, I like those random, I don't know where they're from kind of weapons, but they just make really good custom pieces. Hey, Nap Stop Motion, how's it going? Welcome back. We're just wrapping up, more or less. You missed, well, what you see here. You missed the GI Joes, some clone troopers, some other action figures. And then I picked up this as well. Again, most of this was from the same garage sale. The one sale that I went to was just loaded with toys and gave me some really good prices on what was there. So I walked away with quite a bit. I picked up this guy from The Force Awakens. It's like the mummy. He's all like wrapped up in rags, and legitimately, this is why I bought him. I just want the head sculpt. It's a really cool like alien with like armored faceplate kind of look, and so it'll go into my bin for custom parts for now. But I definitely have some uses for him. I can kind of see this being a really neat Jedi, like a Jedi with a face mask and a breather like this. Or maybe a Sith, but I'm not as big a fan of Sith as I am of Jedi, so I don't know. I have some potential customs in mind for that, and I really didn't care for the character in The Force Awakens, so I like the sculpt. It's a very good sculpt. It's nice. And let's see, what else is next? I don't know if I'm going fast or slow in a live stream. I'm still getting used to this, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Right as you cut the video, wait, what's this say? Right as you cut the video, you're going to go on your hands and knees looking for that body. You're not wrong. it's I do that in some videos too. Like some of the videos that I've made where it's not a live stream but a video. I'll throw something to the side or I'll knock it off my desk. And while I'm filming, I'm not going to pause and go find it, but then later I have to go and scrounge for it because I fear that it will fall down one of the vents in my room here in my studio, because once it's in the vent, it's gone forever. It's in the central air system and hopefully it doesn't cause a fire or something. But next up is kind of a curiosity. This is one of those types of things that I just grabbed it and I got it just because it looks weird. Let me just. I'm not used to the wide angle that this camera shoots at, but I got this guy because he's like Sasquatch but with armor. He kind of looks like he's from Mask, the old '80s toy line Mask. I shouldn't say old because if any of my viewers grew up in the '80s, then I'm insulting them. So sorry, guys. I think I don't really have any older fans, but anyways, this is. Sasquatch with armor. I really can't explain it any better than that. He's got like a little head swivel. He's got an arm swivel on both sides, and then he has actual knee joints for such a small figure. Like to scale him here with a Lego figure, he's slightly taller than a Lego figure, but he's clearly taller or shorter than a 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figure. So I have no idea what he's from, but man, I like weird, quirky little toys like this. They have no real like value in my collection apart from just being novelties, and so he'll definitely go on a shelf somewhere. I think I need to set up like a little corner of one of my shelves where it's just random action figures from unknown lines that just randomly find a home in my collection, and this is one of those. Next up, this is really cool actually because oddly enough, this is one of my favorite Halo Mega Bloks from childhood. Again, same garage sale. That guy had a box of random odds and ends. I started rooting through it and I found these two guys. I think they were from, if I'm not mistaken, I think these guys were from one of the old mystery packs, like the blind bags. This was a common one. This is just like a winterized pilot, a marine pilot from the UNSC. These are Halo guys. If you guys didn't know that, these are Halo Mega Bloks. But that's the winterized or just like white team pilot. And then this, I think, was like the rare or maybe even like the ultra rare of that series. This is the Cyan Cqb Spartan. And I already have this guy, but I always wanted two just because I felt like they would make a really cool like blue team, like a squad of Spartans. And I love the color on this figure, so finding this one just randomly like that was quite a pleasant surprise. I will always take another Halo Mega Blok, especially one that is one of my favorites like this. So that's a really, really cool figure. And we'll just set him right there if he'll stand up. Something else that I got, I think that's, let's see, I think that's basically the last little tidbits of actual interest, but something else that I got just for the heck of it was this. And this isn't really from my generation. This is something more that my brothers were like playing. I don't really know. There's weird rules to this game, but these are Pogs. And I don't know if anybody in this chat or that will ever watch this video grew up with Pogs, but I sure did. And it's basically just cardboard circles with pictures. You could get advertised ones. Some of them were like companies would make these. So you've got like a random animal. This is some sort of superhero, I assume. You got Gundam. At least I think that's Gundam. It might not be actual Gundam. Maybe it's like a knockoff, ripoff of Gundam. But there were all sorts of these things. You'd stack them up, and then you'd use something like this, one of these heavy plastic ones, to let's see if I can actually make this work. It was kind of like the game of marbles. If you ever played marbles as a kid, again, maybe I just grew up like super old-fashioned, but I played marbles, and the notion was to knock marbles out of the circle. Well, in this, it was to let's see if we can do this. To flip. Will it work? Yeah, something like that. You flip your Pog at the pile, and you try and knock Pogs off the stack, and the ones you knock off, those are the ones that you keep, and the person with the most Pogs wins. Something like that. I need to look up the rules because I haven't played in years, but it was so cheap that I was just like, oh man, I've got to get a tube of Pogs because I need more random crap apparently. So there we go. We got some 80s nostalgia, or maybe 90s nostalgia, a sleeve of Pogs. And then finally, the very last piece here. Hold on one second. I'm going to check up with the chat here. Do I collect the 25th anniversary G.I. Joe figures? No, because a lot of them are expensive, and I wasn't into the line when they came out. But yes, if I can find them for a good price, but not like a completionist collection. If I found some of the 25th anniversary, even the Pursuit of Cobra, like that back there, I definitely would want some of them, like the Vipers. I'm a huge fan of Vipers and like the Alley Vipers and some of the Joe characters. Like I love Dusty, I love Recondo. Trying to think about the other ones. Cross Country. I like those guys. I like Snake Eyes, but I'm not a completionist when it comes to G.I. Joe. There's just too many characters. Keep knocking these over. There's too many characters and far too much to keep up with. So yes and no. I would collect the 25th anniversary if I came across it, but not a completionist by any means. There was one character from the 25th anniversary that I can't remember. He's like Long Shot or Sure Shot. He looks like a character from Call of Duty. He's got digital camo. He's got a sniper rifle. It just looks really, really cool. But last I remember, he was like a $60 figure on eBay loose. He was like a mail away exclusive from the Joe Club or whatever from the 25th anniversary. That's one that I would really definitely want in the collection if I could get it. But Again, too expensive for my blood at this point. So if I found it at a garage sale like these ones and I got it for a really good price, I would say absolutely in a heartbeat. And do you like the original GI Joe show or the newer movies better? I like them both for different reasons. The show is good because it's classic, it's original, it's nostalgia. But the movies, I didn't. I know a lot of people hate on the movies, but I kind of enjoyed them. I thought they were funny. I thought they were clever. They incorporated some good elements from the comic books and the TV series because I was more of a comic book kid. So I've got a good stack of the original GI Joe comic books, more so than I have ever watched like all the episodes of the series. I haven't watched all of the episodes by any means, but I love the comic books. I love the movies. I think they both were really good for different reasons. You know, it's two different mediums. So I think they did a good move. Did a good movie. They did a good job with the movies, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. I still go back and rewatch them from time to time. I think uh, I think Rise of Cobra is my favorite, and then Retaliation obviously is my second favorite. But I wish they hadn't killed off Duke. I know it was probably like a contract issue where they're just like, we're not paying for that actor anymore. But I really think that that was kind of a cheap move to make a franchise. Like they wanted to make like an Avengers franchise out of GI Joe. Um, oh no! If you haven't, spoiler alert! If you haven't seen the movie, um, hopefully you have because if you haven't, I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, the franchise attempt didn't work very well, and it happens with some of these franchises where um, they try and force everything into like one movie that was originally spread out across um, a dozen comic books or a season of TV shows. So it didn't really work in my opinion, but I still loved them. And yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. Forget I said anything. You didn't hear anything over here. There was nothing to be heard. But anyways, this is the last item I have here. This is just an old antique Marks lead soldier, like a World War II soldier. He's kind of got the World War II gear on, even though a lot of it is pretty lackluster in terms of detail. But this will go with some of my other lead soldiers that I have collected. I've got some ones from like the 1930s over with my World War II collection and World War One collection. So I like collecting the old antique lead soldiers like this when I can find them. They're pretty sought after by some collectors, but luckily I found that one for a good price. Usually they're like 10 to 15 bucks a piece, and I got one individually. So, oh hey James, I just wanted to point something out. I see you in the chat again. Before you sign off, because I'm wrapping up, but um, I have all the Pogs, man. I have all of them. I have way more Pogs than you'll ever have. So, suck on that. Just think about that when you fall asleep tonight. I have more Pogs than you will ever have. Just look at all of these Pogs. I've got all the Pogs, man. I've got all of them. But anyways, guys, I think I really don't have anything else to show off. I've been on here for about an hour, and I think that that's all there is to talk about. Oh, one more chat popped up. I'm not really a GI Joe fan, but as a kid, I had all the episodes on DVD, and I had a decent amount of figures. Watched the episodes so many times, but didn't love them near as much as I love Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That's a good point. I love the figures, I love the shows, but Star Wars will always be my all-time favorite. And starting with the original, like 2003 Clone Wars when that came out, I I remember renting that from the library repeatedly, like over and over and over again. And then when the new Clone Wars came out, it was a bit tougher for me to watch it. We still didn't have cable as a kid. We didn't have cable growing up. So I had to wait for each season to come out on DVD and then also not just come out on DVD like in stores, but I had to wait for the library to actually get it on DVD. So I tried to avoid online spoilers as much as I could, but I feel like I knew pretty much every major plot point in in like the series before I ever saw it. So that was kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. I still love the series, both Clone Wars series. Definitely love Star Wars more than GI Joe. GI Joe is cool. I think the figures are awesome, but Star Wars is where it's at, man. You just can't beat Star Wars. But anyways, guys, I appreciate all of you that tuned in over the course of this live stream. It was pretty spur of the moment to get on here, showcase this whole haul and everything, but you guys have been awesome. I really do appreciate all you guys tuning in. So should have another upload coming out soon-ish, maybe. I don't know, hopefully. I've got more of the G.I. Joe Classified series to review, as well as a really, really big haul that I already recorded that I got like a week ago, and I haven't gotten around to editing it, such is the life of someone that doesn't do YouTube full time. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. There will be a link down in the description for my social media, my Instagram, my Facebook, all that good stuff down there, as well as my address to my P.O. box. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video. And then I just have to figure out, because, you know, I'm a noob at doing this. How do you end a live chat? Oh, there it is.